Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer, and we are returning to Victoria 3. I was just about to kick off the war against Austria here, but I want to show you guys one thing, and that is if we were to do that. Let's look at that. Launch leadership play here. Here's the thing I didn't really realize. France is currently allied to Austria. That means we would be fighting against, let's call that 600, 700... 800 divisions of regular troops plus anything that they could mobilize, so that would be another 400, 1,200 enemy divisions. How much do we have? I don't think it even shows down here, but we have about 260. I do not fancy our chances, even if we were to mobilize in a 1-3 game. Even if Austria is currently fighting against Russia, that conflict that they are facing over here does not involve France, right? They are only fighting off against... because Austria joined on the Afghan side, they didn't pull in their allies. And that means all of the French troops right now are uncommitted. The Austrian troops might as well be committed, but I don't think that's going to be working out. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to... we are going to increase our numbers quite significantly. So let's sort by peasants here, and let's build... I want to build at least 100 or so more divisions. You know what? We can probably check that in detail. How many troops have we got? 267. Let's make that... Let's do 133, I think. Let's try to do that, right? So 133. East Prussia has a lot of potential to get more people going over here. So let's increase that by at least 50. Let's make East Prussia like one of our military strong places that we've got. Saxony, I think we can increase that to 50 as well, although I like to see that there are a lot of people over here, which we probably want to keep that. Brandenburg, I don't think I want to do too much with you, but Posen, maybe another 25 here. So that's 100, right? Anhalt, yeah, I guess we can do another 20 in Anhalt. And that leaves about 13. Where are all of these small ones that lead to these odd numbers? I don't know. Well, you know what? West Prussia is also going to get another 10 barracks over here. Quick question, do barracks count for... Do they use infrastructure or anything like that? No. As far as I can tell, they don't. No. Okay, so that's fine. We don't need to build more more railways for that. It is probably going to take a while for that all to be finished, though, right? So 29 weeks, half a year. I think that's going to be all right. 29 weeks, that should be ample. Now, what that is going to require, though, is quite a lot more in terms of ammunition, where we have a small shortage now. Trade routes. We've got a significant overlap in small arms, but I still think it would be worthwhile to build up a little bit more in terms of small arms. So let's do that. Where did we have that? Was it in Anhalt? No, it was not in Anhalt. Brandenburg? Saxony? I think Saxony, right? Not Saxony either. Okay, I forget. Where did we build up our arms industries? It was Brandenburg after all. I was just blind. Tooling workshop? Arms industries. There we go. Okay, let's build up another 5 of these guys. We can wrap them up totally with switching from muskets to other things too, but I think 5 more of these guys would be good. We will need a little bit more iron, but that's going to be alright. And in our crop works, we're mostly producing artillery. I guess we can produce a little more there. And in terms of ammunition, we'll also need more of these guys. Where do we have that? Come on, industry. Ammunition plants. Pomerania. Yeah, let's build them up a little bit. We'll also subsidize these guys. We do have enough money, I think. But we will also need more explosives. Our explosives are currently only being built in the chemical plants in Westphalia. And Westphalia is a bit short on people to work there. So we are actually going to build some more chemical plants down here in Brandenburg too, I guess. Yeah, that should work out fine. And I should have probably prioritized these guys. You know what, let's prioritize at least sort of half of these guys. in front of the barracks so that we are a little bit ahead there. Right, in between episodes, I also, as you can see, set up fertilizer and furniture routes, and I trickled around a little bit the tariffs so that we are exporting probably some arms just for a while. I think one of the things that I also want to do is encourage immigration to Celebs, because we have some place here. And we're also going to build more coffee plantations, because we've got a lot of peasants over here who are working in the subsistence farms. I would like to switch them over a little bit to coffee plantations. There we go. Without further ado, let's resume the timing over here. And let's arm up. Let's increase our armed forces very, very significantly. And you can see a lot of stuff is happening here with trade routes, which I suppose will lead to a shortage in engines. So we're going to build up more of these guys too. In Brandenburg, it's going to take a while. Oh, the obligation towards Hanover has expired. Well, that's unfortunate. I wanted to actually ask them to basically give up that. So we could ask people here to join our alliance and formally do that. I'm a little bit either Baden or Württemberg. I think you guys here in Austria, you're allied to them, aren't you? Well, at least you have a defensive pact with Baden. So can we maybe get Baden to join us instead of them? I think if we were to go to Alliance Baden, that should count as a stronger thing against us, right? It would be 200 influence though. So Customs Union, I think Oldenburg. Yeah, okay, let's ask Oldenburg to join our Customs Union. They might join us then. And in terms of bankrolling, we could go for Holstein, Sweden. I think Bavaria is one of the things that I would like to get a little bit more on our side too. That wouldn't be too bad. And let's go for Holstein here too. Make sure these people are a little bit more friendly towards us. And maybe join us. We shouldn't have any infamy now anymore, so maybe they're going to do that. That would be fantastic. At least if Bavaria were to become a little bit more open to us instead of the Austrians, that would be great too. But we're going to need to see. Okay, industrialist job thing has deactivated. That means less investment pool contributions. But you know what? We don't need to do that anymore actually. And I do think we can decrease our taxation levels a little bit. Let's go down here a little bit. Yeah, it's going to cost us some money, but more or less we're fine. There you go. As you can see, it's dropping to 0 right there. We are producing railways. Market access in Posen is still bad, but there we go. That railway should solve that. It's at 98% now. 100? Yeah, there we go. 100. That's great. How's Brandenburg looking, by the way, since we are building up more stuff here? 10. Yeah, I think we'll need another railway in Brandenburg, and we can do that right in the front of the queue. Thank you again for that tip in the comments with the old there. That was brilliant. Right. Yeah, okay, industrialists are happy again. I'm not entirely sure why, but they are. They're sort of switching back and forth on that. And there is a thing here. Soldiers are complaining that they have no way to open their canned food. So we could be trying to get the development of the can opener or less approval. You know, we're going to go with that. We have some money to spend. It's a lot of money, but still. Chemical plants are being hit here. We have electrical generation. That is lovely. That is absolutely good. Allows us to go for electric streetlights, which would give us more services. I don't think that's a high priority for now, even though we have a shortfall here for sure. But that's not critical. I would like the electric sawmill because we are always short on wood. And the electric fence is also kind of a nice thing because they provide less labor. Or they require less labor. So I suppose that's good. Let's go down here and build our first power plant. And you know what? I actually want that to be somewhat higher on the list here. All of these coffee plantations are being built. And, ooh. Yeah, it looks like we have actually... Oh, wow. We have built all of our barracks now, haven't we? Okay, you are still hiring people. Of course, that makes sense. But you do have enough people down here. Yeah, it's a slow process, but once we are full here, I think we are in a much better position to go for the war. That being said, let's double check on our arms industry and such so that we have enough artillery. Okay, we don't have enough artillery, but that's also because of trade routes, which we probably can disincentivize. We do have enough small arms, so that's good to see. Of course, that will change once we are building more other things, once we're mobilized. Ammunition also short, and that's not trade routes. Okay, that's an issue then. And we don't have enough people here to work these. So we will need to build a third place to get ammunition, because we do definitively not want to get into another ammo crisis. We can of course import some, but that's always a bit of a challenge. Okay, North Rhine. Subsistence farms, loggings, some small industries here, but I don't want to cancel them because they are one of the few things that do provide positive money here. So that's a no. Okay then, let's try to build a third place for that. Just check where we have got a couple of peasants. In Saxony? Okay, Saxony makes sense. Let's do build up some here. And again, I should have probably prioritized these. Yeah, there we go. Motor industries, you know what? That's also a useful thing to have. Right, as we're building these guys up, we should see that these barracks are starting to hire more and more people. Few people are fired, but all in all, we're looking good. Yeah, all of this is costing us money, and that is going to be drastically worse once we are seeing that once we are mobilizing our people. Right, importing iron from the Swedish market is not useful, but that's because we're not building enough stuff. Coal is a big issue still, and sort of everything else is too. Okay, including artillery, curiously. Good, okay, let's get to the market. Let's go to trade routes and look for artillery. Yeah, because we are currently encouraging exports. Let's reverse that and try to discourage exports by asking for more money then. That should help us out, but I'm not too sure on the coal. How are we looking in Silesia? Coal mines are fully staffed. 300,000 people working there. That's pretty significant. We've got a couple of unemployed people, and I'm guessing we have a lot of people working in the textile mines. But iron mines are a bit short. Now the textile mines do look incredibly productive, but I'm not too sure about that, to be honest. Can probably free up a couple of people here from the construction sector. Let's do that. How many unemployed people do we have now? 27,000 people. How many people are working in one coal mine? I think 3,000 or so. 3,500. So that's what... not 10, but you know what? Let's build up 10 more coal mines. That should be useful at all over time. I mean, that's just going to be helpful anyway. Right, you will require more infrastructure to run all of these things. But yeah, we are getting there. Right, barracks. Okay, you're fully employed, and I think East Prussia is by far the most active place there. Technology, we are researching dynamite. That's going to come in super useful. But I do think it is time to try to kick it off. So, no one is joining us, unfortunately. Let's double check on whether we can go for more alliances or something like that. No available options, but I also think that might be due to our influence. And we are bankrolling a couple of people, which we should probably stop. Yeah, let's stop that. Take on debt. Can we take on debt? We could take on the debt for Russia. Well, except they don't allow us. Okay, that's fine then. Right, where's bankrolling? Bankrolling, there we go. Let's stop bankrolling people and see who would... By the way, does that give us a negative modifier if we stop doing that? No, it's just not continuing to provide the positive modifier. Right, that does give us a lot of diplomatic power over here. And that does allow us to ask at least for alliances. Russia doesn't accept, Sweden doesn't accept, Baden would, Bremen would, Oldenburg would. Württemberg. I'm guessing Württemberg and Baden are probably the strongest powers here. So let's ask Baden. Let's ask Württemberg. Switzerland, interestingly enough. No, but they wouldn't allow, they wouldn't accept. Bremen, Oldenburg. These are all really minor, so I don't think that's that useful. No one would be joining in on our customs union, and no one would be switching to our customs union, I guess. Let's have that tick over here. Württemberg and Baden have accepted, but they still would not accept a customs union. Interesting that they would allow that. Protectorate, I don't suppose anyone would be willing to do that. No, it doesn't look like it. It would be a bit of a surprise too. Right, okay. Cultures. Launch leadership play. We are now facing 750 regular divisions. Let's call that 850. Baden would also join with the enemy. And we could ask the UK and Switzerland to join on our side, maybe. It may escalate into a war. I'm very sure it will. Yes, Württemberg, I would gladly accept that. Right, we can sway the UK. That's brilliant. I would love that. We'll also need to hire more army guys, I guess. Recruit generals. Oh yeah. So the way I want to do that is I want to try to get a good number of army guys, but they also shouldn't be, and I'm mostly going to go with groups here that I prefer a little bit over other ones. Petite bourgeoisie, they are always not that nice. But neither are the Junkers. And the Junkers are marginalized now, so I'm going to accept that. So right now we have 5 army guys. How many more do we need? Also, how's the Navy looking? We do have one guy who's hiring and who's commanding enough people. So I suppose one more North Germany. Let's go with the Intelligentsia. And one more Poland. Let's go with the Armed Forces. That's alright-ish. That gives us 7 generals. Is 7 enough? Let's go with 8. Okay, we've got 8 generals. And most of them we have in Poland and North Germany, and in Rhineland we can in fact hire more people or promote them. So in North Germany, you are our king, we can't really do much with you. You're an offensive planner, that's good, and a supply and bandit. You know what? You sound good. Helmut von Moltke, you're being promoted. Yes, thank you. You're being promoted again. Yes, thank you. That gives us kind of enough. So one more promotion in North Germany and a couple of promotions in Poland. So Braunschweig, you on Poland. Offensive planner, stalwart defender. Both of these look good, so you know what? Why not? You're being promoted. Yes, you are part of the Junkers, but we're going to be fine with that. Right, one more North Germany, please. You're our king again. Joachim von Boyen, reckless. Reckless doesn't sound too good. So, meticulous? Yes. Sir, congratulations. You're being promoted. And yeah, in Poland we can do 2 more promotions and 1 in Rhineland. So let's go for that. Rhineland. We only have 1 guy in the Rhineland, so we don't need to be too concerned about you. There we go. And then some in Poland, we said. You are already level 3, but you know what, that's fine. And let's find another one who's like 20 divisions in Poland. Yeah, you there, hedonist and bandit. Why not? Why not? Okay, yeah, that sort of settles it. Rhineland has a couple of reserve forces then, but that's a-okay. Right, we're going to wait a little bit for this stuff to be going at least into the next phase. Floating harbour unlocked, that's okay, but not really critical. How are we looking in any of these? We are short on coal, we are a little bit short on artillery, but I think that's going to be alright. We are importing enough iron, it seems, but I'm guessing that's going to work out in a short while. There we go. Okay, we are on the next phase here, sway countries. So let's ask the UK. We can offer you an obligation, but we can also offer to humiliate France. Why not? That sounds good. And then we've got who? Baden with your 20 divisions. We can't do anything with you right now. Oh, because you're allied to Austria. And very unfortunately, this is the exact moment where Russia is surrendering. That's not good. And you've got a truce or something. Yeah. Yeah, you've got a truce. That's not good. Right, let's mobilize everyone. It is going to cost us an enormous amount of money, but that's just how it is. And as you can see, there are a lot of different front lines, which I really kind of hate. So we've got one against these guys, and Austria has a lot of troops here in Krakow. And we've got a couple of people here. We've got a couple of fronts against the Bavarians, oddly enough against Hanover too. They seem to be joining in on the enemy side. Okay, well, interesting. I don't see that many places where they have very few troops, except for maybe this down here, Bavaria-Württemberg front. So that would be a nice place where we could try to push in aggressively against Bavaria and knock them out of the war quickly. Then there are not that many troops down here in where is that? 19 divisions? Well, 19 divisions is still not nothing. And we've got a smallish place off Bavaria over here. Okay, let's try to build a focus over there. So you've got 50 troops, that's fine. And you are more defensively minded. So we're gonna ask you then to defend on this front over here. Who else have we got? You're an offensive planner, and you've got 40 divisions. I think you would be brilliant to come down here. Oh, we can't get there. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, then why not get over here? Push up against Hanover quickly. Offensive planner with 80 divisions. Which, I suppose we could try to knock out Hanover early in the war. Yeah, let's try to build a Schwerpunkt here in the north. While most of the other guys are probably going to defend a little bit. You've got 80 divisions. You might as well try to go against France. Threaten them at home a little bit so that they can't attack too much. What is Trentred doing? You're good at defending. Let's defend here against the bulk of the Austrian forces on the Austrian front. Hedonist and Bandit. Bandit does more damage. Okay, let's try to be offensively minded down here in this little front. Just finish that off quickly and then go to other places. Surveyor and Reckless, home defense. Yeah, you're also good at defending. Do you want to defend over here? I suppose we won't, right? Let's send you over there. We've got one more guy, Pillager. More devastation. Go to this little front. And that's it. That's all of our generals done. Low market access? Where's that? North Rhine. Okay. You're gonna get another factory then. North Rhine, that's here. Sorry, not factory. Railway, of course. That's alright there. I suppose very soon we are seeing that... Okay, artillery is a problem. That also should be North Rhine, right? Arms industries. Minus 300. Let's have that run for a second, just so that we can see the effect of mobilization. Yeah, by orders, there's still a lot of trade routes, and I'm supposing that they are going to collapse soon, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. We are seeing some small arms shortages, but again, we're going to fix that quite rapidly by getting over here and switching over to rifles instead of muskets. That should give us plenty more there. That should be a-okay. Ammunition is there's a shortage of that, but again, we are building more ammunition plants in Saxony, so I'm supposing that that is gonna fix itself quite rapidly here, and that should be a-okay. Right. Coal is still expensive. Yeah, that's not a big surprise. And by the way, do we need more infrastructure here? 6? Yeah, I suppose we need more railways. Let's prioritize that. And then also double check on what you actually need as an input factor, because I completely forgot about that. Explosives, yes, that is an issue. And lead. Lead is a small issue. I think we are building that in Brunswick, aren't we? Yeah. Let's build that up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Fine. Finally. Let's try to get at least to the first battles here. And see whether people are going to join in on our side. Yes, the UK has joined in on our side. And everyone else is not on the fence anymore. Russia can't join on us, unfortunately. So I suppose that is going to be it. But there are more... Ooh, that's not good. There are more fronts that have been established over here with Baden joining in on the enemy side. So that's not good. No good then. Okay, since you are here and no one else is here, let's set you to be offensive. Small disadvantage here. Seems to be okay there. Yeah, these places down here we're going to be alright. You guys are advancing, but the others are advancing too. Yeah, so again the Schwerpunkt is going to be on the northern front initially. We are screwed. We are utterly and completely screwed. What happens if we back down? Yield your position. Does that mean their war goals are going to be enforced? There's no way. There's no way we're going to get... I mean, we've got 530. That's going to add another 800 towards the Russian side. And we've got another entire front over here that we need to cover. An entire front is not something that we can effectively deal with. Let's transfer you over here. But yeah, look at that. They've got 1,000. We've got a 2-to-1 disadvantage here. 2-to-1. Ha. No way that that's going to work. No way at all. We shouldn't have added Krakow there. But Bavaria is a fine place. We are fighting at a disadvantage at almost every front here. We've got better troops. I'm fairly confident in our troops. Shall we try it or not? Thing is, I really don't know what happens if we back down. Are we going to be humiliated? I don't actually know. Escalate opening moves. Yeah, their primary war goal. So their German leadership play would be... So we would be renouncing our complete play for that. But we'd also be renouncing that if we lose. Tough one. Tough one. Guys, I'm asking your opinion here. Shall we back down? Let me know down in the comments below. Oh my, this is difficult. This is difficult. Thanks for watching. Tell me what to do. I'm trusting on you guys. See you around next time. Bye bye.